Hey guys, it's Sunday right now, so happy Sunday, even though you won't be seeing this today, but I just wanted to say hi. I just got back from church. We just got back. We, went to church this morning, led worship, had a fun morning. It was such an awesome morning, and actually today we are going to be heading to Gateway Church, which is near Dallas, Texas. I believe it's called Southlake where it's at, but basically Dallas. Which is a couple hours away from where we live now. So we're able to go to the Gateway Conference this year, which is so exciting because I was supposed to go to that conference the last couple years. We were living in New Mexico and I was never able to do that. So I have just been waiting to go and I'm so excited to go. I've always wanted to, but I'm like super excited now. So Manny and I are going, and then the rest of the staff and everything are going. My parents are going to be staying here until tomorrow, but we're not going to be back until Tuesday. So they're going to be leaving while we're gone, which is really, really sad. I was having a hard time with it yesterday, but feeling a little bit better this morning, and I know that, we're much closer now, so we're going to see them a lot more. I just wish that I could drive down the road and see them, of course, but we're much closer, so that is definitely, going to be easier on me. But of course, it's always hard when you're living away and you can't just go see them, every day if you wanted to, especially when you're as close as I am with my family. So anyways, that's kind of what we're preparing for. We're going to have some lunch here. My mom made an awesome lunch in the crock pot. She made some pot roast and sweet potatoes and onions, and looks really, really good. So we're going to eat that, and then we are going to head out in about an hour and a half, a little bit less than an hour and a half. We're going to head over there and get ready to go to Gateway. So we're really excited, and sad that my parents are leaving, but really, really excited. And we know where we're supposed to be, and things are going to be easier this time around.
Yes. They were excited about seeing everybody. Oh, that's neat. And Jonathan's going to be here, right? Yes.
Oh yeah, it is.
Steady and true. Oh, Jesus, oh, we believe you're faithful. You are my deliverance. From death to life, and from dark to light. Oh, Jesus, you show me what freedom is. When you call my name, yes, you broke my shame. So much better your way. You know before I do, when my heart gets beat. You know where I've been. You reintroduce me to your love. Oh God, your faithfulness is eternal. Your faithfulness is eternal, like your praise. I'll wait on you.
Good morning, guys. So it's officially day one of the Gateway Conference. Last night was the night of worship at Gateway. It wasn't just for the conference, it was just their night of worship. But a lot of the conference people were there because a lot of them were getting into town and stuff, and who wants to miss night of worship at Gateway? So we had so much fun. It was incredible. They do things so incredibly well, and we just absolutely loved it. So today is day one of the conference. We have our little conference things and I'm so excited. Like I said, I wanted to go to this conference for so long, so today we have a session with Robert Morris, and then we're going to be having like breakout sessions. We have a session with Judah Smith, it looks like. So just a lot of really cool sessions, and I'm really looking forward to it. So we are in the worship and tech portion. I'm pretty sure you can like basically go to whatever you want to go to because you paid to come to the conference. So I don't think they really care, but well, our church paid, you know, to come to the conference, but anyways, we're in the worship sessions, and that's what we're going to be sticking with too. So anyways, really looking forward to today, but right now we're going to go down for some breakfast.
Sing it to me. I just wanna be where you are. I just wanna be near your heart.
And Pastor Jimmy Evans got a word. He took a cup and a plate, and he said, you know, Robert, this plate represents how God has enlarged your ministry, and this cup represents the elders of Gateway Church. But there's a whole big ministry out here, and he said, I want to know who's covering it. Because you're submitted to the elders of Gateway Church in the ministry that God's given you at Gateway Church.
Lunchtime, I got a wrap. What did you get for lunch, Manny?
Italian sandwich.
Italian sandwich. Is that a brownie? Oh, iced chocolate. Yeah, brownie. That looks good. They come in little boxes like this. They just give you. And you get it over there in the tents. So many people. So obviously it's super loud out here. A lot of people, but these are options for the breakouts today. They have like so many different worship ones that you can go to. And we are actually gonna go to this one right here, setting the stage, enhancing an environment of worship through audio, video, and lighting. Zach Neese is doing one. That would be really, really good. But this just seemed like the most unique one and something that Manny and I both have a huge interest in, particularly Manny, but I thought he would like that, so I think we're gonna check that one out today. We got a lot of stuff going on. You having fun?
I'm trying to put this on your back.
All right. Such a nice church. And they have like little hammocks and stuff. I'm assuming that just stays, right, Manny, like for staff? It's really cool.
Okay, I got it. Goes fast. Second our church.
Trying to get coffee, but the line's pretty long right now.
I'm dragging this here.
coffee. This is a really cool, what does that say? Really cool tent. So yeah, we got this coffee and it is like, it looks, what does that say on it?
I'll never find it.
Oh. It looks like it would just be like black coffee, but it's vanilla iced coffee. It's very, very good. I really like this.
Cold brew, that went up.
Yeah, it was supposed to be cold brew, but I think this is iced coffee.
So I'm excited to be here. I can't tell you how I look forward to this. This is just, you guys, if you're new, you know that this, you're going to get a grip out of this. A grip, too much slang. It's going to be very efficient for your ministry. Translate that. So I'm an early person. Any early people here? Any early people? That's how you get up. That's how you get up. Okay, I was thinking 11:30. That's what I was.
I know you do. I was like looking for you. Like, oh my gosh, you're doing this.
Early people always got those sayings too. It's the early bird against the worm. Here's the thing. I don't even like worms.
What are we doing? Michael, that is incredible. We've heard so many good things about you. Thank you for using your gift to tell the story of Jesus, His grace, His love.
And I look at the flight attendant, like, and she's just like, sir, you could just take that seat. What? Take that seat. So I go up, sit down, put everything in the glove compartment, right? And I'm this close to getting up out of my seat and saying, you know what, actually, I do want my seat. But then I think, wait, look around for church people. So, I did that. Because it's about to go down.
Hey guys, good morning. So it is Tuesday morning right now, day 2 of the conference, actually our last day. So we're gonna go today to the conference and then go home this evening. So we're only like a little over 2 hours away from home, so about 2.5 hours. So it shouldn't really be a bad drive. I don't know what time we're gonna leave today. Yesterday we met Tim Shepard. He's like a Christian artist, he's a worship leader, you know, they're at Gateway, leads worship, stuff like that. But he has been like doing this for a long time. So we got to meet him yesterday. He was kind of standing in the hallway and I went up to him, introduced myself. Me and Manny talked to him and his wife for a little bit, and then we took a picture with him, which was really cool. I have some pictures too from the conference that I'm going to post kind of when everything's over. But yeah, it's just been a really fun time, and we got to go to a breakout session yesterday with like, you know, kind of like tech related stuff. It's really cool. So very excited. We got some t-shirts for memorabilia, and yeah, just really excited for today. I think it's going to be awesome. Last night, Judah Smith preached, and it was so good. I've never seen him speak live. He brought a really good word last night, and he's so funny and so relatable, and I think everybody really loved him. I was actually disappointed when he was wrapping up his sermon because I wanted to keep going. He's just so good. So I know today's going to be great too. So we're going to go ahead and get all our stuff packed up because we check out today and get some breakfast. Oh, and you guys saw that Michael Jr. showed up, and I guess he was actually in the book. But I was surprised. I didn't even see him in the book, and I think a lot of people were surprised because they like had a really big reaction for him. I mean, he just kind of randomly came out anyway, but it was really cool, and he was just absolutely hilarious. So we all loved that. So I got a little clip of that too, but just wanted to mention that for a second because I thought that was super cool and kind of unexpected thing for a conference like this. So it was really cool. And I guess he's like at Michael Jr. is like at every Gateway conference. But I've never been to a Gateway conference, so I didn't know that. But I love him. In the bookstore right now. Yeah.
I'm never too far gone.
drafted by the Los Angeles Rams and got cut. I got fired, played 4 years with the San Diego Chargers. And my first 2 years I was doing cocaine, and I got tired of cocaine. I got tired of marijuana. I got tired of chasing and running from women and doing all that stuff that we did. The devil overplayed his hand in my life. Because you got to pick one side against another, and I'm going to give you the third option. So let's go back to what racism is. And understand the bigger picture, then we're going to talk about how we got divided, and most importantly, I'm going to give you 6 points on how we can come together. If we have time, if I talk fast enough but smooth enough, we're going to do a declaration of unity. I have a Spanish translator, at my church, and Sunday he said, Pastor, can you talk slow? I can't interrupt. I said, I'm not talking slow, brother, you just better speed up. I'm going to give you some Puerto Rican Spanish for people. They speak a whole lot fast, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning.
Kids area. Really cool.
I will find you. I think you just made that up. What's her name?
Don't carry what other people do as your own. Use your slingshot, because God wants you to be authentic, and He wants His people to worship Him authentically. So, no matter what the music styles are, no matter what your cultural styles are, if you'll keep Jesus being preeminent and being conformed to His image and use your slingshot, I think that'll help you navigate a lot of transitions.
It's hard for me because we did over 25 years, thousands of albums, but the one that comes to mind is Shalom Jerusalem with Paul Ober, because we pioneered doing a recording in Jerusalem.
Listening, Word of God has come alive to me again in a new way. His words are so alive. His Word is alive. It's living. His Word is living. And it's just been a real good time for me. And so when I sing that song, it's really, there's a part of it that's uncomfortable because I don't know. I feel like I ought to be like on my face on the floor, singing that song, and then I don't know, I feel like I need to close my eyes, but I need to keep my eyes open. It's like, how do you deliver that? How do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can avoid those mistakes. Well, I had the privilege of working with amazing ministries and worship leaders, and saw challenges arise in their lives, and I would say the number one thing I would point to is they lost their accountability relationships in their life.
All right, so we made it home from the conference. We came home to a perfect house. It's like immaculate. My mom did so much work. She did ever since we've gotten here, but she put some stuff away that I hadn't put away yet. I had left a few things on the countertop in the bathroom she put away. Like, she's just incredible. We're so grateful for her. I already took my makeup off. We were very tired. The conference was absolutely incredible. Everything I ever dreamed of. I have been dreaming of this conference for so long. I love Gateway. I love everything they do. They do everything with a spirit of just excellence. But, I may even just I don't even know. I can't even share everything right now, honestly, because how tired and hungry I am about what I learned. And not even just like what I learned. I think it's just putting some things into perspective that maybe I even knew, but just helping me with ways to deal with certain things. And, they talked a lot about rest at this conference and how important it is. And in ministry, it's very hard to do that, especially when you're a perfectionist like me. And sometimes I find myself, wanting to just work all the time because I love it and I'm so passionate about it. But, God not only allows us to rest, but He actually calls us to do that. And so they talked a lot about that, and that was just really, actually even learned some things about rest that I didn't even know or hadn't even really thought about. As far as God calling us to it, and really just some ways to make sure that you're resting in ministry. And of course it's important to work hard and do what you can in ministry, but it's also important to rest. and you know that God, you know, just a reminder that God doesn't, and I've said this before in a way, but God doesn't just, you know, like you because of what you do. He likes what you do, but he doesn't just like you because of what you do. He loves you because of who you are and not just what you can contribute. You can never contribute another thing, whether it's in ministry or anywhere else, and he still loves you. And it's just, you know, being reminded of your identity, and you know, it's just been, it was just so refreshing. At the last clip that you guys saw at the conference, it was Tim Shepard, Mark Harris. They're both worship pastors at Gateway, and they've done their other things as well, solo projects and stuff. And then it was Mike, I cannot think of his last name, but he is the founder of Integrity Music. I'll put his last name here. I'm just tired. I said it not that long ago, but anyways, they were just incredible and really, really, really loved that session. At one point, it was actually the like original worship pastor of Gateway that was interviewing them. And he's actually in a different role now, but he was like the original worship pastor. He said when he was brought on staff, there was like 100 people in the church, and now Gateway's massive. And you know, you can get into the debate of like, oh, numbers don't matter and all of that stuff. And of course, you want to give your all, whether you have 5 people in your congregation or 5,000. But the way that I look at it, and the way that our church looks at it, and the way that I've always been about it in ministry is the more people you have, then that means the more people you're reaching. And if your numbers are growing, that means you're reaching more people. And the more people you reach, the more people that, you know, potentially are going to go to heaven. And that's what this is all about. So you want to reach more people. But anyways, so they asked a question, you know, to these 3 guys, like, what do you want to be remembered for? And it was just a really powerful moment that the founder of Integrity Music, he said, only thing that he said when, you know, they said, what would you like to be remembered for? He said that I said yes. And the whole room was just silent. It was just like an incredible moment. Kind of something you're not expecting, you know, kind of expecting like the typical answer. And there's nothing wrong with that. I probably would have given a typical answer. But I think now that'll be my answer, because, you know, how important is that? Like, there's so many decisions in your life, you know, and saying yes to God, like whether you're terrified, like I've had to say yes to God. I told God years ago when I was, you know, a kid, that like when I was in youth group, like, God, I'll go wherever you want me to go. I'll say whatever you want me to say. I'll do whatever you want me to do. Just use me. I prayed that exact prayer. And I remember my youth pastor said, like, don't pray that if you don't mean it, because he might scare you a little bit. You know, he might put you into situations that are terrifying, you know, not, of course, like, you know, nothing bad, but things that you might have to step out of your comfort zone. And I've had to do that so much, moving in different places and serving at different churches, and just doing things that are incredible and absolutely mind-blowing to me that I'm even where I am, but also scary. So God will use you. He will send you if you're willing to go, and sometimes it's going to scare you a little bit. But, you know, it may not be a big move like that, uprooting anything. It might just be something small that to you is big, and there's nothing wrong with that. It might be something like, he called me to talk to this person, and I don't talk to people. I'm not outgoing, so that's terrifying. But the power of saying yes to God, you know, and where would you be, you know, if you hadn't said yes to him, if you hadn't said yes to his call, if you hadn't said yes to the person he created for you, if you hadn't said yes to this or that. So, you know, if you hadn't said yes to joining that worship team when you were a kid, you know, in my case, or if you hadn't said yes to so many things, you know, where would you be? So I thought that moment was just so powerful. And there's so many things. I kid you not, guys. I have pages and pages and pages of notes. Judah Smith preached the absolute house down. Like, he is incredible. Miles, I didn't tell you guys about this yet. I thought I did. Miles McPherson was there. I have a little clip of him, but he spoke a powerful message on racism today. I mean, it was, I'm hoping I can find it on YouTube, because I know, you know, when you're kind of used to this stuff, usually, like, and there's nothing wrong with this at all, but usually, like, people use, like, always, people use the same message more than once. You know, a pastor is not just going to literally preach a random message every single place they go, everywhere. Like, that wouldn't, like, that's not going to work. I mean, they do write new messages, but most of the time, they also preach the old ones at new places, because those people haven't heard the old ones, you know, and you still have the same message you want to give. So, anyways, so he probably has it on YouTube somewhere or something. Oh my gosh, if he does, I'm gonna I might just link it actually, because it is a powerful message. He touched on, you know, the NFL players kneeling, and if you watch my videos, you guys probably know how I feel about it. I need to do a video about this stuff too, because I'm very passionate about this. This is one thing that I will get worked up over. But, you know, there's so many people he was talking about that just live in their own circle. And, you know, when you live in your own circle, and you don't deal with the things that other people deal with, and I'm not going to try to preach it for him, because he did it. I could never do that message justice like he did, in the state of mind that I'm in, being exhausted. But, he was talking about, you know, you get in your own little circles, and that's why some people have a hard time, like, you know, even trying to understand the NFL players, why they kneel. You know, he said, instead of saying they shouldn't kneel or they should kneel or whatever, instead of fighting about it, why don't you just try to figure out why? You know, why don't you ask them why? Why are they doing this? Because we live in our own little circles and we don't understand, and I say we, I mean, everybody's not like this, but, you know, they don't understand, you know, why they're doing this, because they've never had to live and walk in the same shoes as these players or as, you know, these people out there. So they don't bother to ask, you know, what their reason is for kneeling, what their reason is for taking a stand for this specific topic of racism, because if you've never dealt with racism, you don't understand racism. And he just went into it in such a powerful way. Like, I mean, I've heard messages like this. You know, I've discussed this myself. I've never preached about this specific topic, but it is an incredible one to touch and a hard one to touch. But it is just a message that everybody should hear. Absolutely. I'm going to put it on my Facebook. I'm going to make everybody I know watch it, because, and not that everybody I know has an issue, you know, with racism at all, but it's something that clearly touches very close to home for me. And I think everybody needs to watch it. Even for me, I mean, I was like hearing things that obviously I know, but just the way that he worded it and the way that he got it across, it was really powerful and something that really just lit me on fire today. So anyways, incredible conference. If you ever get the chance to go to Gateway, and they're in Southlake, I'm sure all their campuses are absolutely perfect, but I mean, there's no perfect church, so that's just a word I'm using, but I'm sure they're all amazing. But Gateway Southlake was just beautiful and incredible and just awesome. And they also talked a little bit, you know, I say they do things so excellently, and they do, but they talked a little bit also about how, you know, sometimes they talk about this in their last session with them. They talked about how you can get to the point, you know, where, yeah, you want to do things with excellence, but it can get to the point where you worship excellence, and that's your only goal, you know, is to worship excellence, when in reality you should be, you know, your whole focus should be about God and his presence, and excellence should be there too, but that should not be your primary focus, and it shouldn't be what you're worshiping. And so it was just, you know, when you're expecting like more of like, here's how to do things excellent, and they did that as well, they did those teachings as well, but also you get the aspect of, here's how you stop obsessing, you know, here's how you rest, here's how you take care of yourself, because God calls you to do that. It was just powerful in so many different ways. So anyways, I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you guys for watching. I will finally get a vlog up. I haven't been able to. I wanted to put all these together. So anyways, thank you for watching. Remember, you are incredible. Jesus loves you. I hope you enjoyed this conference. If you've ever been to Gateway or you have any experience at the conference, let me know in the comments. Maybe you were at the same conference I was at. If you were, then sorry we missed each other, but I hope you had a great time, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. I think I already said it, but Jesus loves you. You are incredible and you are important. Take some time to rest today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.